So a couple years ago, this maple tree in our yard died, and I had always wanted to make something out of it. So here I am, cutting it down and cutting these slabs for some future projects. One of which is this staff. I think I actually used the other piece. And I'm cutting right now with my electric chainsaw. So, despite this tree being dead for 3 years, it is still quite wet. And so I let it dry out a few more days before I ended up using it. So I'm always collecting sticks from the trees in my yard, falling on my roof from the yard, and I have quite a collection of them. So um, here I am gathering one of them, and I have a bunch of them here that I'm choosing from. I'm not choosing that one that I just picked off the roof, but here's a different one. And so just trying to figure out the length and cutting it a little bit shorter. But is it short enough? Is it the right size? We'll see. I'll maybe make a decision on that later. So when I was in middle school, I joined Boy Scouts, and I didn't really get any merit badges, but I did get the totemanship, which was the ability to use knives and axes, and the firemanship, which was the ability to start fires safely, apparently. Um, so this was all I did when I was camping. For Boy Scouts, I would take sticks and strip the bark off and make walking sticks. So I'm still doing that to this day. Okay, I'm gonna shut up for a while and let you just watch me build this thing. So that's done for now. Um, and there's my dog Edie. This is her track. She runs that track 50 times a day. Anyway, I said I was going to maybe cut it shorter, and here I am doing that. So I wanted a place to attach that top to, so I needed it flat, and so that's what I did. So I'm trying to fit this Forstner bit to the size of that dowel that I'm going to put into the top piece that I made out of maple, and this bottom piece, which is the stick I found. So here I'm tracing the bottom of the top piece to grind away some more material so I can make a nice smooth transition between the top and the bottom. I guess the idea is to make it look like the same piece of wood. More sanding, more sanding, more sanding. Using every type of sander that I have to do this. Oop, I almost dropped it there. That would have been disaster. I'm sure it would have broken. So here I am gluing up the top to the bottom using my dowel, getting nice and full of glue. Doesn't quite go down all the way. I'm not sure if I made the dowel too long or what. Don't grab the hammer. I can't believe how calm I was with this. This was a disaster. You'll see in just a second. I'm cutting the dowel shorter right now because, yeah, I definitely broke it. So apparently when I pounded on that to try to get it further in, try to get the dowel further in, it broke. But, you know, this is woodworking, so anything's fixable. You just add some wood glue and tape it up or clamp it up, and you should be able to fix it. Let's see how we did. This is the next day. All right, sand it up and see if we can notice a difference. Yeah, it's barely there. Almost disappears. Overall, pretty happy with the recovery on that. Uh, the staining just brings out this beautiful green. This is maple, but like I said, it's been sitting in my yard for 4 years, and it's been attacked by some beetles and worms, larvae of the beetles, and so there's all these striations through it. Actually had to pick worms out of it at some point. Um, so that kills the tree for sure, but it also makes for some beautiful wood. I started to trace with a Sharpie where I wanted to make the blue veins, um, the glowing blue veins, but I quickly just abandoned that and started carving directly into the wood. It's just a lot faster, and I didn't have to follow lines. I can make them directly, and if I screwed up, I didn't have to worry about. The process here is pretty simple. I'm just taking some blue metallic acrylic paint and painting it into the grooves, and then using a wet cloth and wiping it off. And since the paint sticks into the grooves much better than it does onto the already sealed wood, it just makes it a super easy process. So the last step is making the blue glowing orb for the center of this staff. So I just used a 3-inch wooden ball and drilled a hole through it. And now I'm drilling the holes into the staff very carefully and putting this metal rod through, which I'll use to attach the glowing orb. I'm painting it blue again, same blue, and once I'm finished with that, I will put a coat of resin over the top of it, which really makes it shine and gives it some three-dimensional effect. So there it is, it's finished. I very quickly realized that that transition between the top and the bottom was no good. We needed to do something about that right away. So I found some twine and wrapped it around to cover that transition, and then glued it in place and stained it a dark brown, which maybe I shouldn't have done that, but yeah, it's okay. It's definitely better than seeing the transition. Yeah, actually, it turned out pretty nice.